the daughter that we adopted, she doesn't look like the normal Barcus. Mocha skin, brown eyes, black hair. Most Barcuses, pale, right? We're pale, like we would be stand-ins for like Twilight Pale, really pale. And so she comes in, looks nothing like us. And I remember just like a year in, my daughter Brantley, who has red hair, really pale, freckles, telling everyone how her and Beckham were twins. And in her mind, she legitimately thought they looked alike. And it was this beautiful thing. It just more and more was breaking down more barriers and more walls. I grew up without my father around. My mother and my father divorced when I was really young. They were separated. He was out of the house. So I honestly don't even remember my dad ever being in the house with me and spending a single night. And that was how I grew up. And it affected me as I continued to grow up. And there was this, it was kind of funny to some people. My wife now, we went to high school together. And she even tells stories about how in high school we would talk about what we want to be when we got out of high school, when we got out of college. And one of the things I would always talk about is that I wanted to be a dad. It was this, and I think what happened with my dad growing up was a big part of that. There were things missing in my life. There were things I saw in other people's lives and their families that I desired and that I wanted. And part of it was that relationship. And I just desperately wanted to be a dad. So when I think of pivotal moments in my life, adoption's right up there at the top. Because once we did that, our family did that, it dramatically changed everything. And I do think that it changed all little parts of our life. We basically adopted a new mentality about how we see ourselves, how we see others, how we see our family, how we see life, how we see even work life. Everything. It drastically changed everything about my life and my family's life. And I personally believe that if more people adopted that same worldview and that same mindset of what we're talking about here in this idea and picture of adoption, then I think the world would be a better place for it.